Quartal harmony is probably chasing you since the first time you heard Kind of Blue and the So What Voicings. Of course, if you are a big fan of McCoy Tyner, you are probably familiarized with this type of sound. And remember that more modern players like Chick Corea use this type of intervals all the time. So today's lesson, we are going to check how you can play this type of sounds on the guitar, how can we switch from thirds to quartal harmony, and the most important, how we can extract lines to play over different chord changes employing only fourths. So let's go! I'm sure that you already know the diatonic chords in C major scale. So let's refresh them. C major, D minor, E minor, F major 7th, G 7th, A minor 7th, B half diminished, C major 7th. We are only stacking thirds on top of our root notes. So in the case of C major, we are stacking C with a major third, a minor third from there, and a major third. So first, third, fifth, seventh. If we actually want to change from our tertiary harmony to our quartal harmony, we only have to change one note. We have to get rid of this fifth and move into the fourth. So, in the case of C major, we got this type of sound, right? This is just a quick reminder, more than 90% of people that watch my videos are not subscribed, so please don't be one of them. Just click on the button and subscribe. We only have to practice 4 types of voicings to actually cover all the major scale harmony. Let's put them on the C root and see what happens. This is for major, this is for minor, this is for dominant, and this is for Lydian chord. So, once again, major, minor, dominant, Lydian. Let's play them all over the neck. First, second, third, Lydian in the fourth, dominant on the fifth, minor on the sixth, minor on the seventh, and major to end up our scale. What we can do to get used to this type of voicings is to play them freely in the beginning. I'm just moving from one to another, trying to hear what changes. They sound very, very cool, but if you want to get the most of this harmony, we have to play these chords over a fixed root. What do I mean by a fixed root? Of course, you can play them, all of them, with the root in the position that you want to color, for saying so. In this case, imagine, I'm going to play them all over G. So all my sounds will be G7 in a different position with different notes, but all the quartal harmony will help us to, in some way, describe all the sounds that G7 contains, but structure them into fourths. So let's check it. Sounds cool, right? The second thing that I would do to practice this would be to jump between different positions. If you play the next chord, both ascending or descending, it's very nice because they are very close to the original position. But if we jump, we get very interesting sounds. For example, imagine just jumping from the 1 to the 3rd. I'm jumping from C to E minor. and now jumping from D to F. Let's put it with the bass. I'm ending up in G7. Once again, jump, jump, and we are there. Another cool thing you can do is, of course, to change the root note. In this case, we are playing, and all over the examples that I bring you today, we are playing in G7 and Mixolydian sound, because it's very interesting for suspended sounds, even for 2/5s. It's very, very handy. But you can do it in more exotic modes. Imagine, for example, E Phrygian. I'm playing this root, and now I'm going to move these chords. Sounds really nice, and if we jump from one position to another, it sounds even cooler. So, this is very useful when we are doing comping, because it allows us to move the chord all over the neck and not being, closed into a position, near positions, and if we want to play organic comping, we have to move the chords all over the neck, trying to go behind our soloist, help him, trying to develop his phrases, going against him sometimes, trying to be useful in this comping position. Once you have memorized all these positions and jump from one to another, we can stay locked in one position and trying to only play our chord, in this case G7, and only one chord above and one chord below. Doing this, we are just playing three chords, but they are very close in this area of the fretboard, and the movement sounds so cool. So if you are playing in G7, you are playing this. If you are playing D minor, you are playing this. And it sounds even better than this one. So just have in mind that each chord has its parental form, which would be D, E, F, G, etc. And once you focus on that position, if you only move up and down, it will sound amazing. And from that, you can expand your reach and go into the different to the rest of the chords in the harmony. And the next step would be to add some chromatics, of course. These chords are really, really, really nice to play as side step to our target. Imagine, for example, going after D minor, and we are just playing with I'm just playing the actual chord, half step up, go into the chord, half step down, go into the original chord, and another chord from the harmony, but one step below. So, feel free to experiment all over the neck with this type of sounds and, of course, change the different string sets. We are now playing 4-note chords, but if we take one note, the most efficient way to practice quartal stuff is just playing 3-note chords. In this case, we forget about the root and we just play in second, third, and fourth string, right? And it would be something like this. We are doing this. And you can do the same in the other group, which would be 3rd, 4th, and 5th string. This is really, really nice group. This sounds even cooler if you play the bass like a pianist with 2 hands, attacking with the left hand and playing the fourths in the right hand. Something like this. And on the high register we get this. Time to talk about lines. The first one that I played in the beginning is this one over G7th. What I'm doing here is using the previous chord. This is G7th, this is F major, and I'm just, starting my phrase and arpeggiate all these chords. And from here, regular arpeggio, 6th, 7th, 9th, this is 11th, that it's not in the chord but it's in the scale and it's cool. 13th again, and 5th. So, all together, and from here, I'm taking the next chord, G7th, A minor 7th, and arpeggiating from the 4th. All right, and here I'm including the 9th and the B flat. Once again. And the second line would be this. In this line, I'm just taking advantage of these 3 note groups. And applying different rhythms. I'm not just arpeggiating, What I'm doing is trying to use my finger like this. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, you got all the PDFs and material on my website for free, so check it out. See you in the next chapter.